Chair now will.
So, these are living legends. And for me to sum up their talks is not an easy thing. They are also great speakers. So my focus was also to first imbibe and, listen to them. And in between, I had to make note of the points. So Dr. Shetty, who started, equated, and said that quality is synonymous with safety, and it should be given equal importance as finance. Quality happens by informing grassroots workers with a commitment right from the top. And he also emphasized the role that nurses play in the issue of quality. We need to empower and also support them. He also further, based on the fact, said the future of healthcare looks like most of the things that are done in the hospital today will get into home care. So hospitals will eventually focus on critical care and intensive care. So that is where quality has to gain traction. And quality should be dealt with the governance level and should be the highest priority and commitment of the top leadership. Dr. Balal started with his perspective and talked about quality as patient rights. It's about right care every time to everyone. He talked about the evolution of quality right from the 80s, from where it was not very important, then 90s when it became fad, and then 2000. He also shared various facets and dimensions of accreditation and standardization, the benefits that accrue to the hospitals, the patients, it's the continuity of care, it's pain-free hospitals, and lead to patient satisfaction. There are significant benefits to staff, to the providers, raises confidence, and improves the benchmarks to be the best. He also talked about mindset being the biggest barrier, but it is changing. The lack of organization and system support is also an issue. Quality should be customer-oriented and integrated across the organization. It should not be in silos. He expressed thoughts about high-quality doctors, of being compassionate, should have people skills besides having clinical skills, and also should be unbiased with a social approach. He said this could lead to proving the trust and raising the sacred patient and doctor relationship. And he put his mantra that patient and doctor relation and opined that communication and awareness is the key if you want to drive quality. He concluded by stating that centricity of the patient in the healthcare system should be at the top. As always, Dr. Jairam is at his best whenever he speaks and wherever he speaks. I've always heard him and I carefully listen to him. So he talked about the growth of NABH and its journey, and quality should not be differentiated across providers, should be one standard. He talked about the scope of NABH and its activities, talked about the pre-entry level standards, the roadmap of accreditation for them, and also the accreditation requires commitment coming from everyone from the hospital, and it is not a one-time process. It's like a journey, continuous process until it exists, till the organization exists. He talked about the accreditation of clinics, the blood banks, the labs, the dentals, and the Ayush, and the challenges they're facing in terms of accrediting Ayush institutions. But a significant process has been made. He emphasized the value of nurses that they bring to accreditation, and they are important. And nursing standards are also very critical to this. He expressed concerns about the data on healthcare, and I think I like the point that in as much that we're expecting people to upload the data about success rate, but it should be an authentic data. Otherwise, the very value in putting this would be a question mark. He also talked about the value of the quality of accreditation, the role that the insurance industry and the CGHS can play in enforcing quality and standards across the care providers. He appointed the providers must put up authentic data, and uniformity and efficiency of the audit process is very important. The last and the most important point which he put sums up the entire session is that quality is a passion, and it is not just quality as a word. Thank you all so much, and I think we'll leave to the chair to ask questions from the people. Are there any questions? Two questions. That's the mandate.
Inspiring talks in the morning by Dr. Devi Shetty, Dr. Sudarshan Balal, and Dr. Jairam on patient safety, quality, and doctor-patient relationship, and accreditation. My question today is that the recent compensation that was given to a patient who died at Emory Hospital, Kolkata, has come up to 11 crores. the compensation is going to jump in the coming years from lakhs to crores. What is an organization like KHO going to do to put pressure on the judiciary to limit the compensation? Isn't it unfair, or is it fair to limit compensation?
I think there's been concerned effort being done to approach the legal entities. I think the KHO President Alex will address that question. I think it's a burning thing, though not exactly relevant to the right now on the topic. I will just allow this question to go through.
For lack of time, I'll just briefly tell you that AHPI, of which KHO is a part, and the IMA, we have the IMA state president here, we have taken it to the central government. There's an interministerial committee where 3 of the IMA members are part of it. And we have given them the proposal that there should be a capping. And I think as of now, they're looking at a figure of 55 lakhs based on the clinical trials compensation. So we can talk about it later, but yes, there has something been done.
It's a work in progress. Ministry has formed a subcommittee to look into it. It's been addressed. We'll close. I think our chief guest of today, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, is here. So we will come to the end of this first plenary session. I would request the chairmen to give our memento to the eminent speakers of today. I think the plenary session went so well. 3 chairmen of the 3 very important healthcare facilities have given their view, and we are very thankful for them to drop all their pressing needs and came here. Now, can I request Dr. Alex, the president of KHO, to come and honor our chairpersons of the today's first session. I think Dr. Rajendra Pratap has written a book on reforms in healthcare India. I think these books are available outside. It got yesterday released here in Bangalore. It's a nice data on Indian statistics on healthcare is available. Those of you who are interested can look at it, please. Now we will move to the formal function of the inauguration of the thing. I'll request the organizer to take over.
Good morning, everybody. We now move to the inaugural session. I would first like to begin by calling our chief guest today, Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturi Ranjan, onto the stage. Sir, please come. Dr. Krishnaswamy is a member of the Planning Commission. He has headed the Indian Space Program for over 9 years as chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization and was secretary to the Government of India in the Department of Space. Joining him will be our guest of honor, Dr. Irina Papiva. She is Technical Officer of Health Systems in the World Health Organization, Southeast Asia Regional Office, Country Office for India. I would also like to call upon Dr. M.I. Sardula, Organizing Chairman of KHOCON, Chairman and MD of KIMS, Dr. Alexander Thomas, Director of Bangalore Baptist Hospital, Dr. Vijay Agarwal, Secretary General of KHO and Co-Chair of Accreditation Committee of NABH, presently Advisor of Quality and Business Excellence in Max Healthcare, and Dr. Nagendra Swamy, presently Senior President of Manipal Health Enterprises, Group Medical Director, and Chairman of Quality Council of MHE. Small correction, Dr. Alexander Thomas is President of KHO, not Director of Bangalore Baptist Hospital. Upon Dr. M.I. Sardula to give the welcome address. Sir?
The distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, all the invited delegates, organization committee, my colleagues in the organization committee, all the august audience, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. This is a formal inauguration function of the second KHO conference. And we are indeed very fortunate to have very distinguished guests on this occasion. Having worked with quality for last 30, 40 years in various countries, I may just add a few things the veterans have spoken this morning. I had opportunity to work with JCI and Australian Commission of Healthcare, ACHSI, and also NABH, which is made in India. I think as healthcare providers and managers, we are facing many challenges now. We have increasing expectations from the patients, and as a result, also increasing medical litigations, amazing application and of technology in medical care, and everyone is in a hurry to imbibe quality and accreditation to have a stamp for our institutions. And also, there is a challenging aspect is that we also want to have an affordable healthcare for achieving our dream of universal healthcare for all and the inclusive growth which we always talk about. So this is, I think most of the people mentioned that the problems, and as even Dr. Jairam mentioned about the difficulties he faces as the CEO of the NABH. And again, the accreditation numbers have astonishingly grown to 300, but at the same time, again, I would like to remind all of us that it is not the number which matters, it is the quality of accreditation which matters. The true data, publishing is a challenge in India, and no one wants to say the real clinical results. And I'm a practicing clinician, I come across with the doctors every day, and therefore I know how it is difficult to publish the real data. But there are systems which are put in to measure the yardsticks of outcome, and that we have to use, and that is internationally accepted, and there are best practices. And I am sure sooner or later, NABH will use, even for an angioplasty, there is a scoring system so that they will not be doing angioplasty if there is no critical narrowing of coronary arteries, which is happening in our country, which is, very sad, but we have to stop many of this. With those words for thought, it is certainly is a good caption that quality beyond accreditation, because today in our postgraduate courses, everybody after MD and MS or MRCP wants to be consultants. And the same way, once we accredit hospitals, we think that that's the end of the story. But actually, that is the beginning of the story, and that's the stepping stone to clean up our homes and hospitals. So accreditation is the beginning. Let me go into introducing our chief guests. We are fortunate to have Dr. Kasturi Rangan, a well-known scientist who steered Indian space program for over 9 years as chairman of the ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. Was Secretary to Government of India in the Department of Space until 2013. Also a member of the International Astronomical Union and the International Academy of Astronautics, and is a member of its board of trustees. He has been conferred Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, and Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. He has more than 200 publications to his credit. That is the biggest standing out feature of it. Currently, Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University and member of the Atomic Energy Commission. It is my pleasure, and on behalf of everyone here and the organization committee, I extend you, sir, a warm welcome to this function. Dr. Kalra, our CEO, NABH, a pediatrician by profession, worked in various positions in CNBC and joined as a CEO NABH in 2013. He has contributed significantly in the sphere of quality in India and still steering it. And therefore, we are very fortunate to have you here and welcome you, sir, on all our behalf. Dr. Irina Papeva, I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, Technical Officer, Health Systems of WHO she's based in New Delhi, jointly established teamwork in health systems with teams of non-communicable and communicable diseases, and worked on strategies and interventions on universal health with the Government of India and WHO since 2012. And they have a program going up to 2017. And we are fortunate to have Dr. Irina here. And Madam, we are very happy to welcome you here for this occasion. Our organizing secretary, Nagendra Swami, I don't have to talk about him. He had been always introduced, always known to the Bangalore healthcare crowd so much. Presently Senior President, Manipal Health Enterprises, Group Medical Director and Chairman of Quality Council of Manipal Health Education. And even though he's part of the organizing committee, I really extend a special welcome to him. Dr. Vijay Agarwal, presently Advisory Quality and Business Excellence in Max Healthcare, and he is also the Secretary General of CAHO and co-chair of the Accreditation Committee of NABH, and he is the President-elect from next year for the CAHO. And Dr. Vijay Agarwal, welcome to our midst. Dr. Alexander Thomas, again with our organization committee, founder, member of Executive and Executive Director of the Association of Healthcare Providers of India, and President of the Association National Board of Accredited Institutions, and also part of very many active healthcare societies in India. So, Dr. Alex, good friend, welcome. And certainly, there are a lot of people off the dais here, and it may not be in favor of time to mention many of you. And many of the speakers are here. I want to welcome each one of you to you have taken pains to come over here from many parts of India. And also all the delegates, all the invitees, the press, ladies and gentlemen, all of you, I extend you a warm welcome. Have a good day and enjoy. You will be saturated with quality by the end of the day. All right, thank you.
It is said, light which signifies knowledge dispels the darkness of ignorance. To light the traditional lamp and inaugurate the conference, I invite Dr. Kalra. Sir, would you please come and light the lamp? And eminent guests.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय चतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यगलक्षेत्रे गुरु
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will have Dr. Alexander Thomas to tell us about the journey of Kaho.